Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so thankful that you are joining us here. I am Nikki McCutchen. I will be your host for this evening, and just want to welcome you and let you know that whoever invited you to this call must really care about you to want you to know about this technology. It is absolutely changing lives, and we are so excited that we know that it can do that for you as well. So tonight, the call will be for 30 minutes. We will be discussing our X39 technology, and we want to get started with our medical disclaimer. What we will be sharing tonight is for informational purposes only. All LifeWave products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any disease. If you are on medications or have medical conditions or pregnant or nursing, please check with your healthcare practitioner first. So, with that, tonight I want to start off with a question. If there was a technology that could safely and effectively work naturally and be affordable, would you be open to it? So that is my question for you tonight, and I hope that is the reason that you are here to learn about this amazing technology that is actually all of these things. So with that, what I want to tell you about is this tiny little patch, looks kind of like a Band-Aid. It is FDA recognized and compliant as a general wellness product, a class 1 medical device that is non-transdermal. What that means is there is nothing that transfers from the patch into your body. It is completely sealed on both sides. It is hypoallergenic and latex free. Inside the patch, there is organic amino acids, salts, and sugars, all stereoisomers. So at the molecular level, tiny reflective structure, crystal lattice structure inside there that works through a process called photobiomodulation. You all already know what this means. It just means light making change in the body. And the way that happens that we all know is through going out into the sun. And when the sun hits our skin and it hits our eyes, it tells our body to make vitamin D and causes our body to work the way that it was designed for that vitamin D to get up and get going. So, what happens in our body is we emit this infrared light, a low grade infrared light. Most people recognize that as a heat signature. When you see it on the movies and somebody's looking through night vision goggles and they see all of those different colors, they call it a heat signature. It's actually a low grade infrared light that comes off of our body about 3 to 4 inches. What happens with this technology is that reflective structure, crystal lattice structure, reflects back that infrared light back into our body at a certain frequency, targeting specific peptides. So, because that infrared light goes everywhere in our body, you can actually place this technology anywhere you want on the body. We do have clinically tested spots. There are over 90 clinical studies, over 150 patents. So you can rest assured that we have put in all kinds of assurances to make sure that this technology does exactly what we say that it does. It has a 96% effective rate. There is nothing else on the market that has a 96% effective rate. If you talk about supplements, anything that would have to do with a supplement that is tested, most of the time, if it is operating at a highly effective rate, that would only be at about 30%. So just imagine if a technology like this can operate at a 96% effective rate. The other really cool thing, I'm just going to throw this little tidbit in here. I'm so excited because we are coming out with something brand new that's going to be launched in October that, based on clinical studies, has 100% effectiveness rate. I know all of it almost sounds too good to be true, but when you see people's results and you have experienced it yourself, you will know that is absolutely the case. So this is one of those things that you do not want to miss out on supporting your health with. Another thing that we always recommend is that you wear this product for 12 hours on to activate and repair, and 12 hours off so that your body does not get used to the light. It's called attenuation, or your body gets used to that light frequency going on. So, if you know anything about red light therapy, anytime you use any kind of therapy like that, usually the recommendation is no more than 20 minutes, no more than 40 minutes, no more than an hour, just depending on whatever kind of technology it is. So, the fact that we do not have to put some kind of device or set our bodies in some kind of box to receive this kind of therapy. We can just put it on our body, any spot will do, and it will get our body up and working the way that it was designed at the molecular level to do what our body needs support with. Is absolutely incredible. So we can go on about our day, and then at night take it off. The very next day, you'll throw that patch away. The very next day, you'll put on a brand new patch and start all over and have all this support for 12 hours. And while you're sleeping, hopefully you're getting a nice, deep, restful sleep. A lot of people notice a huge change in their sleep with this technology. And so that also allows your body to do the reparative work that it was designed to do. And so you are getting support from many different angles from this technology. One of the reasons is because X39 activates a copper peptide called GHK copper peptide. If you Google this, if you look it up on PubMed, if you read anything about this, it will have a very long list of things that this peptide actually supports in your body. So the fact that we have a technology that helps this peptide work as it designed is absolutely incredible. One of the first things that I want to tell you, I'm just going to name a few just to give you a little overview, but even in the few that I'm going to give you, the amount of things that happen in your body because of the elevation and support that these systems get is phenomenal. The first is stem cells. I don't know what you all know about stem cells, but if you can activate your own body's stem cells to get up and get moving, imagine what can happen in your body. So the natural body process is by the time you're 30, you only have about 50% of your stem cells any longer active. By the time you're 60, you have 10% that are active. So if you can utilize a technology that will get those stem cells up and running and working the way that God designed them to, imagine the amount of support you can have. Every cell, every organ, everything in your body was once a stem cell. The coolest thing about our body is that it will work in a triage effect. So if we need support in our immune system, if we need support in our liver, if we need support in our heart or brain, whatever it is going to need for life, your body will send stem cells to that area to rejuvenate and repair whatever is going on there. So the amount of health benefits that we can have from a technology like this that activates our own stem cells is astronomical. Write your list down. Whatever it will be, a stem cell in your body was once in control of supporting that thing going on in your body. So if we can support these dormant stem cells, getting them up, active and working, creating new stem cells, then you can have the support you need to repair whatever's going on with that body system. Another thing GHKCU supports is the cardiovascular system. So the cardiovascular system, your heart, your blood vessels, the lining of your blood vessels. Think of everything that goes into a day that is supported by your cardiovascular system. So if this technology can support everything going on in that area, imagine what kind of health and vitality you can have because of the support you will receive from a technology like this. Wound healing, any type of surgery. I actually have this on my own body. I tore my Achilles. Even in my chiropractor today, I was seeing him and he was like, oh my goodness, like, I can't even believe how good your scar looks. Because literally, it's just like a tiny little one. Like, you really have to look to even tell that I even had surgery. It also has remodeling, scar remodeling properties. So a lot of times with any type of surgery, you get this band of scar tissue that's kind of around that area. So yes, have I used, castor oil? Have I used, scraping tools? I've done all of those things as well, but I also have the support from my body in remodeling that scar tissue so that my Achilles tendon can go back to that small, tiny little band that it actually is on the back of our legs. Collagen. This is another amazing one that GHKCU supports. Collagen is a foundational building block in your body. Everything needs collagen. Your tendons, your tissues, your bones, they all, ligaments, all need collagen support to work the way it's designed. Now, this is a really interesting fact. Your collagen reduces very similarly to your stem cells in your body as you age. So by the time you're 60 with collagen, you only have about 20% collagen working anymore, which is why we see in outerly in people, we see the, sagging skin, we see the wrinkles, but inside, imagine what's happening. People are having harder time walking, or things aren't staying in place as well. It's easier to have falls, different things like that. So if you can support not only the stem cells, but in combination with the collagen, right there is like a huge bang for your buck with those two in what's going on with your body. Your immune system. Okay, another amazing thing GHKCU supports your immune system. Everyone wants to have a stronger immune system. So what can happen? Maybe you won't get sick as long. Maybe you won't get sick as much. Maybe it will be shorter. Maybe there will be things that you're exposed to that no longer even have a problem with, because now your immune system has the support that it needs. So we recommend that you wear this product 1 decade for every, or 1 month for every decade you are old. So if you're 50, you want to utilize it for 5 months to really see what it's going to do for your body. Now, if you want to start to have a compounding effect, you will continue to wear X39 for the rest of your life. That's my plan, the rest of my life. Why? Because what happens is the longer you utilize this technology, the more and more stem cells that can have support, the more and more collagen that is supported, the more things can be working together the way that they've designed at a younger, healthier state. We are not talking about anti-aging. We are talking about age reversal. So it is phenomenal to me what you are getting in this product. Basically, if I was going to take this product and compare it to something, if I was going to say, what would there's no other product in the world that does what X39 does. But if I was going to try to compare it to something, it would be stem cell injections, okay, which are invasive, which don't always work and cost thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, so usually at minimum, you're looking at $5,000 to $25,000, depending on how many they say that you need. And then you're not even guaranteed that they are going to work. Okay, and it's in one area. You're getting an injection in one area to support one thing and putting stem cells in that in particular area. Think of all the things that I just listed off to you that this technology does that a stem cell injection cannot even do for a fraction of I mean, we are talking pennies, but when you compare it to stem cell injections. So this is just one of those technologies that I cannot more highly recommend. Oh, and I wanted to tell you the compounding effect. I don't know if I shared this last time, but something that I have noticed, I don't do a lot of nighttime driving. And I was getting to a place before the patches, and I think even when I was on the patches a little bit in the beginning, I would notice that driving, I would get that glare just around everything, to where the last few times I just thought, oh my gosh, I just really don't think I'm going to be able to drive at night anymore. And so I've been on the patches almost 2 years now. The last couple of times that I've driven at night here over the last month, it dawned on me that I'm not seeing that glare anymore. That glare is completely gone. So I don't know when that happened. I don't know when that took place. But when we are talking about stem cells and the ability to do whatever our body needs, that is just something that you can just notice, these random things that compounding effect starts to happen over time as you continue to utilize this technology in your life. So I hope that you all will come on and ask me your questions, whatever questions you might have. Tell me a story about yourself or about someone that you know. I would love to hear your stories as well. So please feel free to unmute, raise your hand, or type in the chat, and we would love to hear from you tonight. Anybody have any stories to share? I'm trying to think of another one. If you all missed my call, Thursday night testimonial, my sister-in-law came on and she was on thyroid medication and progesterone for 9 years. She was able to get off of both of those things after using this technology. So again, all the things that can happen in your body, write your list of things down that you are looking for it to help, and your body just gets to decide. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. So your body, we are designed perfectly. God designed us to where your body will just get to decide. So yes, please come on, Pastor Ed.
One
Well,
thing I like to say,
I'm going to say amen that we are fearfully yet wonderfully made, Nikki. I always say that scripture because I truly believe that that is what's happening with our bodies. Now, just got to tell you really quick, Vicky went to the hospital. She hurt her elbow and she was in a lot of pain. So immediately, where did we go to? It was funny. One of my sons gave gave her ibuprofen, and I gave her the patches. And guess which one she went to? The patches, of course.
Just
So she's there. I can't wait to hear the testimonials about her. But just to tell you, Vicky, you're doing such a wonderful job training us on this incredible technology. And I sent you a long note on WhatsApp about the 2 years, 6 years, 6 weeks, whatever we were talking about. Remember?
yes.
So read it, and it's funny. I don't know if we can make that claim, but David said it, so that's the source. You know, that's the main
Oh,
source where we get
okay.
information. So yes, if
Yes.
you use this technology for 6 months, our cardiovascular age will reverse to 8 years.
Awesome. So
So
you found a video where he says that on.
yeah, well, he says it in 6 weeks, you get 2 years. But the compounding effects that's what I heard you say. The compounding effects is even more incredible. So I just multiplied, I'm a math person. So if I multiplied, you know, 2 years by 4 to get 8 years, and then I multiply 6 weeks by 4 to get to 24 weeks, and I divide 24 by 4 to get 6 months, I get 6 months, 8 years.
That's
So
awesome.
I just thank God that we have something that can help us. So great job, Nikki.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing that with us too. I so appreciate that. And I know I tried to do the math, but sometimes those things just don't always work quite out right for me. So thank you for doing the math for me, Pastor Ed. That's awesome. Okay, so one of our Samsung users has written out a question here. I have a friend that is suffering. She has since 15 years old. And this is the message she sent to me to ask in case she couldn't make the Zoom. Oh, I'm so glad you got on and asked the question for her. That's awesome. Okay, I have symptoms everywhere. Poor thing, that's terrible. Okay, some of the symptoms include neck pain, stiffness, migraines, issues with thyroid, hormones, uh, mast cell, fibromyalgia, irritable bladder, fatigue, body aches, sleep problems, just a lot of stuff. Poor thing, that's awful. Always feel like I have the flu and am drained of energy, tendon and muscle pain, tissue inflammation, and pain in mouth. Oh my goodness. And other connective tissue areas of the body. Sorry, I know that's a lot, but I have so many symptoms. This isn't even a complete list. Oh my gosh, poor thing. That's just terrible. Oh, and looks like thank you so much for gifting her Eon and X39. 5 patches of each right now so she can get started. So, yes, so really, and Pastor Ed or David, if you or Mary have another recommendation, I would say patching full body with Ice Wave. So Ice Wave is our pain patching, which is what Ed was talking about that Vicky chose instead of the ibuprofen because it works so well with pain. So I would start with doing a white right, tan left here on these muscles right here on your traps. On that muscly meaty part, white right, tan left, and then on the bottoms of the feet, if you look up K1, the K1 spot, white right, tan left. That helps to just break that pain frequency throughout the body, and hopefully we'll just calm that right down. Eon on C7 on the back of the neck, so cervical vertebrae 7. It's when you put your head down, that little bone that kind of pops out, that is the C7. And then X39 below the belly button, or even the lower back, depending on, some of the pain she has, or you can put it right on top of that Eon as well. With some of those symptoms, and hopefully she will see some pain reduction. The other thing I forgot to mention is hydration is key. So especially when you are in pain, hydration is so important, because even people with headaches or pain symptoms, a lot of times, especially even headaches, are coming from a lack of hydration. And so it is so important to make sure that you drink at least half your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, that would be, here's my math again, Pastor Ed. That was 75. I'm going to go with 75 ounces.
75
Okay,
ounces.
yay, ding, 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 ding. I got that one right. Okay, 75 ounces for that. And really, anytime if you exercise, if you sweat, if you're wearing the patches, you really probably need to drink even more water than that. The other thing is that electrolytes are key. So having quality electrolytes, I'm just going to tell you my favorite company. There's a lot of places out there, but I really like Beam Minerals. It's BEAM, like a beam of light minerals, but they use fulvic and humic minerals. And so those are one of the Earth's best sources of minerals and quality. So they do a ton of education. It's a fabulous company. So I highly recommend you check them out. So that would be my recommendation. And then Pastor Ed is saying about 6 bottles of 16 ounces of water would get you there. So let's see. And then Mary's also saying, oh, maybe there was another question.
Yes, Sandy asked the question.
Okay, thank you. Steve had a guy at work who cannot smell or taste for 4 years since COVID. Besides X39, what do you suggest? So a lot of times X39 will get to that as well. Like I have heard of people who within days, their smell will come back just by using X39. Mary had another great suggestion. The Superman protocol, which you used with one of your friends, Sandy, we just talked about that today. We have some protocols that people can use, especially if they're struggling, like if there's something they're trying to overcome and you need some more help, we have those. But really what we are just trying to go to is using X39, adding Eon, which is for anti-inflammation. It also reduces stress. It's helps calm that body down, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And so those two together are just a really great place for people to start, because there will be so many things that just within, even utilizing that for those two for just a couple of months, people will start to be able to see changes with those. So there's lots of great protocols, but those are more as needed, because really we get such great results a lot of the time, the majority of time, with just a few. All right, let's see if there was another question in here. I'm so sorry. I'm new to the patches. Oh, you want me to text it to you? Okay, so Pastor Ed or David or Mary, can one of you type in there the ice wave? So where the ice wave go for her friend with the full body pain. So on top of the traps, so the trapezoids here, white right, tan left, K1 spots on the bottom of the feet, white right, tan left, Eon on the back of the neck, cervical vertebrae 7, and then I don't know if you have a better recommendation, but either below the belly button with X39 or on the back of the lower tailbone with the X39. You could even try it different days in the different locations, and potentially even on top of the Eon. Those would be 3 different locations with the X39 that I would try. So hopefully somebody is getting that typed in the chat
Who
for
asked
me.
the question? Because we don't see the question.
The Samsung user. Oh, it was a direct message to me.
It's a direct message,
So,
so we don't know. Find out who that person is, that we can follow up with them.
okay, so Samsung user, if you want to type your name in here, or whoever also invited you to the call tonight, definitely get back to the person who invited you and they can get you that as well. All right. Iwa, do you want to come on? Did you have something you wanted to add?
Hi, I'm new to this. I just wanted to say hello, and I'll be using the patches for my sister who has Crohn's disease. So I was just wondering if you have any other suggestions to do more like anti-inflammatory kind of work. She had a lot of surgeries, and then she has a lot of strictures at this moment. So she just started using biologics because she just couldn't use any drugs because they were very difficult for her to handle all the side effects. So I just discovered this not that long ago, and so she wants to try it. So just wondering if you have any other suggestions. I spoke with
Yes,
Mary.
that's
She
awesome.
did, yeah, give me a lot of good insights, but.
Oh, good. Absolutely. Yeah. So for anything for anti-inflammation, the Eon is a phenomenal patch to add. So the X39 will reduce inflammation by 30%. So it's going to have some of that already in there. But what happens in the body is that anytime we have inflammation, your stem cells are attracted to inflammation. And so when they go to that area, inflammation eats stem cells. So when we combine the Eon with the X39, it is our dynamic duo. It makes a huge difference. And so that way, that inflammation can get reduced, and it's going to be systemically throughout the body. So no matter what she has going on with her, it's going to activate a peptide in the liver that is specific to inflammation in the body and our parasympathetic nervous system that will help to calm everything down, that will help to reduce that inflammation. So when your body sends those stem cells into that area to regenerate, they're going to get full effect and not constantly be working against whatever's eating them up, if that makes sense. So again, that's a great place to start. She can wear them right on her belly. Like if that's where she's got pain or whatever's going on, definitely if she has pain, adding the ice wave, but she can wear the X39 and the Eon right on wherever there are pain areas. If it's full body pain, like I was talking about, you can always do that full body for that with the ice wave, with the right, 10 left on top of the traps, and then on the K1 spots on the bottoms of the feet.
Okay.
And sometimes they can even just try just the K1 spots on the bottom of the feet to start with without adding the ones on the top. And sometimes the K1 spots work just fine without adding the second set. Anything else? Oh, did it freeze?
Just doing that for.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. I froze.
Oh gosh. I said just how long should that be done for? Like this. Did you hear me?
Yes. So how long? You're asking how long. So you want to wear them 12 hours on, 12 hours off. So
Right, but
put
like,
them on when, yeah.
no, I was just wondering like for a month or like
Oh
what's
yeah. So 1 month for every decade she is old. So and hopefully what she's going to
I see.
notice is the pain will go away. Like the pain will start to reduce and she won't need to wear the ice wave and she can just keep wearing the X39 and the Eon.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And then so
And
then
then if
take a
she
break.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. And then take a break after the 4 months and then do it again if the symptoms come back or
No.
okay.
I really and truly, when you've lived through something like what she's gone through, you don't ever want that to come back.
No.
So what happens in your body is if you stop wearing this technology, your natural body will just the process will just start aging again. So it's not like she's going to go from whatever results she got to immediately go back there once she stops wearing the technology. But because this is how our body works, is those stem cells go dormant, the collagen declines. So when those things happen, and you're not using the technology to tell it to keep working, your aging process is just going to start again. And so you're just going to start heading in that direction. Now, hopefully you have some more tools as far as nutrition, and exercise and things like that that will help ward off those things as well. But there is nothing else on the market like this that can help with activating those stem cells and getting that collagen up and functioning as again too. So my personal choice is going to be to wear the X39 for the rest of my life. Yeah, I don't ever want to go back to where I started before I was using the technology. Right. So
Okay, it's just like the bigger protocol for a longer period of time and then just go back to just the X39, right?
Yes, if you're not in pain, you don't have to wear the
Yeah.
ice wave at all. There's no reason to wear the ice wave. That's its main purpose, is just to help with that pain. But the
Okay.
Eon and the X39 is what regenerates and helps the body then be reset to a younger, healthier state.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Pastor Ed, did you have something else?
Yeah, so when it comes to pain, what I've noticed that when people get off of pain and they stop using the patches, in their mind, their body tells them that their pain is so excruciating, is because the body is no longer used to, or the plateau of the pain has gone so low. So they experience pain and they're like, this is worse than before. But in actuality, it's not. It's just our body is not, it's not used to it. So recommending to use it for a longer period of time, of course. They don't have to use it to do all the protocols all the time. Just stick with the dynamic duo, X39 and Eon, X39 and Eon, and flip it. Put one on your belly, the other one in the back of your neck, and then the next day flip it. And that'll be so beneficial for her. And we have so many different people. Heidi, a really good friend of ours, had lupus, and I'm not going to claim that she doesn't have that. It was the patches that healed her, but she no longer has lupus. So hey, what's a coincidence, right? And that's debilitating pain. That's pain that takes you to the hospital. She used to go to the hospital every week. She ended up in the ER because of the pain was so excruciating. Fibromyalgia is very similar, although not as you know, as hard or debilitating as lupus. But so there is hope, Jenna. There's a lot of hope, and hopefully by attending the Zooms, you're able to learn a lot, and you can take that information to her or invite her to come to our call with us to hear this too. Thank you.
Thanks, Pastor Ed. So we are over time, but Sandy, you had your hand raised, so why don't you come on real quick? Oh, you're muted, Sandy. You're still muted.
Yes, I don't know if I'm saying Iwa correctly, but I seem to recall also another full body pain point is just an inch below your collarbone for the ice wave, as well as under the feet. And then on another place you can try the inside of the elbow, the tan on the left and the white on the right. Sometimes I just personally have found I have to tweak that ice wave a little bit. If it, I've had lots and lots of pain in my body, and I've had tremendous improvement. And my little testimony, a friend called me from California and said, "You're up, you're moving around, you're in your garden, you're in your kitchen, you're a different person." So that was great to hear. I'm resting right now because I was busy all day, but
oh, that's awesome. That's so great,
and
Sandy. Yes.
perhaps whoever we could get Iwa that video of the Superman testimony.
Yes.
I don't know how with from Zoom how to get that to her.
Yes. So yeah, definitely just get back with the person who invited you, and they will be able to get you or get in contact with us so that we can make sure that you have whatever you need, because we definitely want you and your family to be supported and just be able to get the questions as they come up, get them answered, because we are super hopeful that you all are going to experience the same things that we have in our health, that we are so very thankful that this technology came into our lives. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are over a little bit of time, but thank you for sticking with us. And so I just want to pray blessing over each and every one of you. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you. Great call.
Thank you, Nikki.
Night.